After 5 decades of war and over 2 million deaths, this is South Sudan, the world's newest country.
I feel jubilant that what we have fought for over the years has eventually materialized.
We have the land, we have the resources, we have the people.
The new country that will be born will have people who will be thinking of equality, justice, and good governance.
But despite that outward optimism, it's already clear that things are far from well.
As Southern Sudanese, we didn't expect to turn against each other and kill each other.
Innocent people being killed, being burned, being shot like dogs.
All around South Sudan, they're coming home. Displaced by civil war, they're returning from exile in neighboring countries like Uganda, Kenya, and Ethiopia. 1 million alone will arrive from Northern Sudan. And they all have one thing in common: hope for the future in their own newly independent country. In a large canvas tent on the outskirts of the southern capital, Juba, lies the history of South Sudan. Thousands of decaying documents, photographs, and even paintings lie waiting to be sifted through one by one to provide the people of the South with a record of their struggle for independence. Many of these documents feature a name now firmly established in the memories of the Southern Sudanese people. Joseph Lagu, one of the South's most famous rebel leaders and the man who led the first major rebellion against Northern rule.
You now have a new country. Was it worth it?
Well, we have fought for it over the years, and it is worth it, yes. And our people are very jubilant now. They are happy that we have a state of our own.
A respected veteran and now a presidential advisor, he knows that difficulties lie ahead.
There is no state in the world that has no problems. And we are aware that we have some domestic problems which are available, which are there in any country, and we will manage them.
All things in place possible, but I'm hoping that there will be a great democracy. Southern Sudan will go ahead and they will have a good government.
The future is rather dark, because most of the people, even the Northerners, predicted that when South will be independent, when they are alone, they will fight among them.
Many who have returned from exile, like Jock Madut Jock, recognize the seriousness and scale of the task ahead.
Our country as it stands today is a four-legged animal, but the legs are broken. The first leg for any government is a disciplined military. We have problems with the way our military functions today. That's a broken leg. We have civil society. Right now, it's very weak. It's focused on service delivery. It's not an advocacy-driven civil society. The third leg is delivery of services. It's hard to deliver security. It's hard to deliver schools and healthcare and markets and free enterprise. It's very difficult. So that leg is not functioning either, fully. The fourth is political unity. We had political unity in the days leading up to the referendum. Since the referendum and since the vote overwhelmingly in favor of independence, we've been having difficulties uniting our ranks. That is a problem. So right now, the animal is standing on four crooked legs. If we don't fix these lakes, the future is going to be very, very difficult.
Abyei lies on the border between north and south. Largely populated by southern Dinka Nok tribespeople, it is also a passageway for northern Miseria nomads to drive their cattle to pasture, in what many feared was an exercise in ethnic cleansing.
That area become a battlefield. It will be the people in the area, both the Dinka Ngok and the Miseria, that unfortunately will pay for it.
For the northerners, it's a piece of land. It's nothing to do with people. So they are not interested in people, they are interested in the land. For us, we are interested in the people, but Abyei is a southern land, has always been, it will always be. If it is the single thing that we are going to go back to war over, make no mistake about it.
Abyei belongs to the south, and it is hoped that Khartoum will come to its senses and give Abyei back to the south.
We have a very big challenge. Our people intend to come back, and we are trying to reclaim back the lands from contamination to a civil use. We thought maybe we can get rid of all mines in Southern Sudan, but they take a lot of time, and this is what it is, a time-consuming, the demining work.
In 9 out of 10 states across the South, ethnic and tribal conflict threatens to push the world's newest nation towards chaos. Militias who accuse the Juba government of fixing elections are now attacking the Southern Army, the SPLA. The rebel leaders accuse the government of favoring the Dinka majority and blocking minorities from power. With over 40 different tribes in South Sudan, conflict is nothing new.
You have a society that has known war for a long time, whose legacy is widespread of firearms. It's become a fertile ground for such conflicts.
Everywhere. Bentiu, Rumbek, Bolo, Mbolo, and everywhere there is killing.
Is there a fear that intertribal violence will break even the South apart?
Maybe. Maybe.
For Aban Raphael, war with the Arab North was easier to understand.
During the war, you know this is my enemy. But now, you don't know who is your enemy. Because you're a tribe man or a southerner like you, consider you more than Arab. You are more enemy than Arab.
Members of the Khartoum Club in the northern capital had predicted this.
They don't have the infrastructure to form a government. And there is trouble between the tribes in the south. They will go into war.
You know, the biggest tribe in all the world is the Dinka tribe. The Dinka tribe want to rule all the tribes. If they give the other tribes a chance, then there will be a possibility of a viable state. Because in this country, they are very nice people. They have got very natural resources. But how can you blend them together?
Prior to the referendum on independence in January 2011, peace between rival factions appeared to have been achieved. But in the 6 months following, almost 1,500 people died. Thousands more were injured, and up to 200,000 fled their homes as violence raged across the southern states. One of the main rebel leaders, a former SPLA general himself, is this man, Peter Gadet, whose forces have attacked key towns in oil-rich Unity